Welcome back to Celestial Sabotage, an all Aussie D&D stream by Mammoth Tales. We're here, we're having a good time, we're all feeling the vibes.
Yeah, we are.
Going somewhere with this. My name is Jordan Stack. Am I still the Stubby Master today?
You are still the Stubby Master.
Yeah,
Hasn't
your
mind's
changed?
I'll change it next.
Oh, thanks, Em. Welcome all. Holly's here, Luke's here, Abby's here, Emily's here, and Chris is here.
Oh no, it's a thing.
Let's dive straight in, shall we?
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Straight to the start.
Right there.
In the world of Novem, a land that goes back as long as memory itself, where relics and stories have survived for thousands of years, our adventurers find themselves on the east coast of the land of Lixium, where they have just arrived in this small but bustling city of North South Sage. When they arrived, following the tips of their wonderful guide Nectar, a small kobold who has joined them along for their journey, who is part of the Mauve Hoods, where North South Sage is the headquarters of this Mauve Hood organization. You didn't take long before you found yourselves in some trouble. You were taken to the main focal point
Your fault.
of the town, a shrine to the goddess Unari, who is the goddess of the moon, the night, ice, and fear. Hayton, in her love for shiny crystals, couldn't help but resist to walk up and touch this giant purple shining shard of ice, this monolith, even against the instructions of their guide Nectar, who is normally a very quiet and reserved young kobold. Was very adamant about not touching this shrine, and Hayton just went ahead and did it anyway. Her hand got stuck against the sub-zero ice, and thankfully, to a very lucky roll from Willow, was able to free her from it. However, they were taken to the Mauve Hood's leader, Dimrath, where
What an asshole. We did not like.
they were confronted by this drow, who wasn't very nice, and Willow decided that he was going to take things into his own hand. He decided to charge at Dimrath, leap the desk, and engage. The engagement went on, where eventually Dimrath was beheaded by Willow. Only after it was revealed Dimrath knew where his daughter was.
Big Daddy Cat.
News to the party. Willow's missing daughter. After beheading Dimrath, the Mauve Hood allegiance pledged the Mauve Hooded gang, the higher ups who are in the room with you, the guards, they pledged their allegiance to Willow as the new head of the Mauve Hoods. Willow was then able to take away the marks from Harkal, which happened in engagement, and off of Nectar. And you guys now find yourselves in the headquarters of the Mauve Hood organization. Now known to you much more as an organization rather than as a small group of gangs. In the hours following the engagement, you sort of scout out the building. You're able to find $1,500 worth of gold in a war chest. There is like a council/war room. There's this pedestal, this marking tracking pedestal. Willow has been talking to his second sentient weapon of the campaign.
Hauling him in.
And that throws it over to you guys. So you're currently in the headquarters. There's the two what look to be the main guards. They were essentially Dimrath's personal bodyguards and very high up in the organization. So there's the orc and the dragonborn, who I think I said was green accidentally last week, but he's a silver dragonborn. Okay. So that's my fault. So it's a silver dragonborn
And a half orc.
and an orc.
Or full orc,
Full
yeah.
orc. Yeah. Huge. They're both massive. Bigger than Willow. And there's other sort of Movehood gang members around the building, scattered around, but mainly on the lower level. On the top level, it's just you and these two guards who are dressed in like plate armor with purple. It's purple with like gold trimming, similar to Dimrath is still in his office, his space, beheaded
in the corner.
with his very nice cloak still on him, his leather armor. But now it's over to you guys.
Well, I am just now looking at Dimrath's head sitting there in the middle of the room. I mean, what are the chances that we would be able to dress it up to look like Anwe's head? I mean, we have been offered 1,000 gold for the head of Anwe.
Oh, Dimrath's a drow, eh?
Oh yes, but
Very
a
dark.
bit
Are we all
makeup
alike to you?
and- Well, you look similar. You got similar ears. I mean, different complexion.
I feel like what we should be focusing upon right now
Not that.
is trying to figure out what we do now that we've seemed to obtain an army. I mean, Dinrath was under the command of Count Dupree and Vitterbeth.
Do we know that Count Dupree was on level with Dimrath, or...?
I would love to find out what Dupree's involvement was.
I feel like someone is going to notice that we just waltzed in and slaughtered somebody's leader.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a good thing if everyone notices.
Maybe we continue to run with the truth, because so far it's been doing us pretty well. If anyone comes asking, we say, look, we were going to join, and he attacked us.
Maybe we hang the head out the window.
There isn't no... There's
Sign.
no error with maybe continuing what the Mohoods are doing, but we have our own agenda. I have no problem with that.
In terms of being able to issue commands to the Mohoods, if we're going to be moving on with our adventure, is it worth instating a leader of our own?
Probably.
We
But
don't,
I don't know who we can trust here.
we don't even know anything about this town.
We don't. We'd probably start asking like
Just ask around.
the Dragonborn and the Orc.
Cool. So
Are they-
they're waiting outside. So
Yeah.
you,
We're still in
I
that room,
assumed
aren't
you
we?
asked them to wait outside, so they're not
Yeah, we don't.
eavesdropping.
Yeah.
And so you go out. Willow, I'm assuming. Yep.
Yeah.
You go out, and they're standing there. Commander.
Can you please give me the cliff notes of this town? I'd like to know a little bit more about what our next movements should be. What kind of services do we have on offer here?
Yes, Commander. We function much like many other towns. There's business and trade, and there's a governing body.
Who's the governing body?
You are, sir, with the other council members.
Who are the other?
You killed
Who
him.
are the other council members? My team.
I'm glad
Is
you
that who
asked.
you're referring to?
Glad you asked, sir. We are due to have our council meeting tomorrow. I am part of the council. I am your war chieftain, sir, commander. And we have. We'll introduce you properly tomorrow, first thing in the morning, if that should so please you. I do think this is a good idea, though, sir.
Do we have any external members attending?
Well,
Or is it all internal?
You are now our commander, so whatever you say, I suppose will go.
Do we have any members from Bowhead?
No. This is all. We have our recruiter, our coin keeper, myself, the war chieftain, our spy master, our archpriestess, and yourself, commander.
That's probably enough for a first meeting.
Yes.
Wouldn't want more than that and complicate things.
No. There's a lot to discuss. So.
I'll be back in a second. One moment, please.
Yes, commander.
Go in and
Resumes his guard.
Go in and close the
Close
door.
the door. Yeah.
Holy shit, guys! There's a meeting in the fucking morning.
Oh my god.
What's the time now?
What is the time? I think it's it must be late afternoon now. By the time
We've done all
you
that.
arrived early afternoon,
Yeah.
and so now it's late afternoon. There's still maybe 5 hours of daylight.
Didn't even take us an hour to.
Do you have that shiny pearl
Yes.
around?
Yes, I do.
Can you? I mean, I've not asked you to do this before, but we should probably find out what this glaive can do. If it's going to be in our employ as well for a little while.
Considering I only have one spell left, I think it'd be wise to wait. In case something happens before the night is through. We're meant to take that apparently the way you become a commander in any of the Movewood towns is that you simply waltz in, kill the leader, there you go.
Yeah.
You're a king.
I mean, yeah.
That just seems a little ridiculous to me. I feel like someone,
It is a bit sus, isn't it?
for once we agree. I just feel like we should be in protection mode to see if it's really the way this economy works.
So I've been told that we are now in charge
Because you have the glaive?
because we killed Dimrath. Because he's dead. So we're going to have a meeting tomorrow where we meet a bunch of important people, and they seem to have our back for the time being. I feel like we're pretty safe. Oddly, situation is quite odd. Yes, I totally agree, and I'm not 100% happy with it. But I'm actually not feeling too in danger at the moment.
Obviously, no one liked Dimrath.
Yeah, I mean, probably no one will like us either.
Happy he's
But
gone.
this is kind of a dictatorship in this town.
What do we do with the body?
Put on a stake.
We put the head out the front.
Yeah.
I have rope.
Want to hang it out a window?
Yes.
I will entirely leave that up to you. I think it looks like you might enjoy that.
Oh
Too much. So Harkel ties up. He's got nice long hair, so you can tie him up by his hair.
It's
Hell
like a
yeah.
troll doll.
And do you want to hang him over the balcony, or do you want to find somewhere else more central to town?
no. Central
or-
to town.
Central to town. Okay. So you're going to do that right now. Or you're going to wait. Because at the moment you guys are like in the office with the guards out the front discussing things. So you can go do that now, absolutely, if you want to.
Oh,
She doesn't know.
She
you
doesn't
could probably ask the guard what kind of response they think the town would have to that. It might be prudent. We don't want to blow this.
You ask.
Fucking hell. I'll ask
Yeah,
him.
back out. Commander.
We were thinking of hanging Dimrath out the front, just to ward off anyone who might decide to come avenging him anytime soon. What do you think the people would think about that?
It's a bit.
Fuck, I'm glad we asked.
It's a bit brutish, don't you think, Commander?
It could be seen as a little bit brutish. He slighted me and my crew, which has made us a little bit angry, so you can understand we may be still running a little bit hot.
Are we in... can we hear this?
I wouldn't be talking quietly.
You can press up against the door. Yeah, absolutely. You can
Do
hear.
that.
I'm like, I feel.
Perhaps it might be best, Commander, to hold a town meeting for all those that.
You seem
want to
like
listen.
you got a head on your shoulders. We'll probably do that.
Unlike
Do you have anywhere we can keep the body for now?
Yes, well, we could take it down to the morgue.
Could we keep it in a cellar here somewhere instead? Do we have a cellars in
Commander,
this
there
building?
is a basement of this building.
Can you please take him down there for me? That would be great help.
Yes,
You
Commander.
could get anyone else to do it. I don't mind.
Thank you, Commander. I appreciate that. And he goes just the dragonborn and says, "Get blah blah
Yeah.
blah."
The new guy. Yeah, get the new guy to do it.
Yeah. Cool. So
Get the apprentice.
Yeah.
while you continue talking,
The intern.
two still quite high. They look in like they've still got nicer armor. They're not like street rats. They come in and take Dimrath away, including the head, or you keep the
I
head.
stand by it. I still think we could make some money off this head.
I'll leave
Keep
tomorrow
the
with the
head.
head.
They take the body
Yeah.
down to the basement of the
For
headquarters.
sure. I like a good idea.
I agree.
Also, you would have a map of the town, would you?
Well, yes.
Yes.
Pulls it away, goes away, pulls it out. If my mouse wants to show up, there we go.
I hope they weren't friends.
Nah, doesn't sound like it.
Who? Oh, yeah.
Zabby.
It doesn't sound like they were friends now.
There it is.
That's what I wanted.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's your fave.
So where are we on the left?
He
Three
does like a "you are here."
Yeah.
See this large building that is obviously us. This large purple building. The map maker was colorblind, and that's why you can see our monolith signal is blue there rather than the purple. He was fired. So that is our town centre where we first met you, and then you can see our trade district to the north and some residential areas. We then have farmland out to the west and our docks obviously on the east coast, which we have had a bit of trouble with recently, but we will talk about this in the meeting tomorrow.
Absolutely. In our place, obviously, is there enough rooms and sleeping for all of us here?
If you would, Commander, if you would like for you to lodge here tonight, I can arrange for other accommodation for the other members that reside here.
Yeah. I think we probably won't be residing in different places for tonight. We can obviously talk about that in the future, and anyone who's displaced, just let them know it might be a temporary thing.
Yes.
Not forever at all.
Would you like for us to pay for their lodging out of the war chest?
Yes.
Yes, Commander.
Fancy.
Alright, so he sends the Dragonborn off again to organise that.
Cool. Alright. Could you...
Can we ask questions?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Can I ask, did Dimrath lead out of fear or loyalty?
If I may speak truthfully, sorry, I don't know. Commander, how should I address this
This is Anway.
woman? Anway? Some out of loyalty, some out of fear, but mostly through loyalty and through being given a second chance at life. There is also the fear that resides in the back of our minds due to these marks, but it is for the best.
Do you have the marks?
Yes. Everyone has the mark.
How many of those shards did you have? Did you find?
Oh yeah,
Handful.
for me, Jack.
A handful.
10.
10. And we've used 2.
Yeah, so you got 8 left.
Is the person who wields the glaive some sort of prophet to your people?
Well, the glaive has immense power and can freeze anybody in their tracks. We get a sensation, and if things don't go according to plan or people step out of line, that glaive can be used to track and drop their body temperature.
Do you know where the glaive came from?
I do not. It has been with Dimrath for as long as I've known. I grew up here when I was very young. and
So he's
small. I
ruled
was-
for a long time.
Yes, as long as I've been around. He is quite an old man.
And what of the Move Hood's connection to the Viscount Dupree?
None, sir. Sorry, Commander.
Damara.
Damara.
And Damara can call you.
Damara can call me Shmoshka.
Shmoshka. Well, Shmoshka, I think it is interesting that you say this because as we were leaving Port Traversage, we were attacked by a group of Move Hoods. It was obviously some sort of directive. Now, if the Viscount Dupree is not connected, who else may issue such a directive?
Let me just review my notes, if you will. I keep track of, as the war chieftain, I keep track of all engagements.
Thank you, Shmushka.
And he goes back and yes, he comes back. How long ago was this engagement? You were attacked?
Yes, about a week ago.
Just over.
About a week ago. And can you recall the types of...
Yes, there were
creatures
five goblin Move Hoods that attacked us on the road just below Port Traversage.
Yes.
Then followed by another 7 with 2 trolls.
Yes, this was not ordered by our own council. This was an external hire by a you are my commander now. So by one Virubeth Keratinus.
Virubeth!
We have confirmation.
And she paid a very handsome sum.
Of course.
Of course, very glad that you came out the other end of it now, folks.
So you have note that Virabeth was the one that sent those Move Hoods after us.
Yes, in my journal it says log of the fight, hire by one Black Dragonborn. It shows you in the notes. It only says Black Dragonborn.
Okay.
Provided weapons of her own accord to hire, and then the encounter ended with all of our members fleeing. Is the
We're quite
report that we got
fierce.
back?
Can I
Yes, I imagine you must be.
Can I check the this new glaive that we have? Does that have the same design as the dagger with the black hilt and
The glaive,
crescent
the
moon?
thing is,
Yep.
No, that's
Okay,
that's a different make. Yeah. Yeah.
Does it?
But the crossbow he was using is the same make.
Interesting. Well, if these Move Hoods got these weapons from Virabeth, and Dimrath has a crossbow of the same making, maybe this is not the first time that Virabeth has ordered some sort of an attack.
I guess not.
May I
Of
speak,
course.
Commander? You might be correct there, Mr. Damara. Virabeth does not come this way very often, but every now and then she might stop in, and very, very rarely. Obviously, the most recent occasion was very recent.
Yes.
However, these weapons that we've just received, this crossbow that you refer to, that was given to Dimrath as a thank you for his confidentiality in the matter.
Was there someone above Dimrath, or is he simply like an elected town official?
Dimrath is very much our leader. Was. Apologies, Arnway, Miss Arnway. Very much was our leader of the whole Mauve Hoods organisation. I know that he worked in council with other organisations who are in service to Unari on larger scale projects. I hope that answers your question.
Is Vera Beth Mauve Hood?
No, very, very much not. She doesn't want. If it were to come out that we had contact with her, it would be all of our heads.
Oh.
Well, Vera Beth, I don't know where you come from, but Vera Beth is part of the Order of Ten, the governing body of Lixium. If she were to issue kill orders that were to come out, that would be very bad for her, and that would mean it would be very bad for us, because she holds a lot of power in this land. So I only divulge this information as you are our new commander.
The attack that happened up at Port Traversage that you've got written in your ledger, does it have a reason written there as to why it was carried out?
There's no questions asked, I'm afraid, Commander.
You're right.
And for that, we accepted a rather large sum.
How large?
5,000 gold. Plus, including the supply of the weapons, which are valued between 1 to 500 gold each.
When does your post start and end?
I work most days from dawn to dusk.
Where do you stay?
I stay here, Commander.
Excellent.
I am your war chieftain and chief bodyguard.
Well, you make sure that any of those rooms you empty out tonight is not yours.
Yes, Commander.
Thank you very much.
Is there anyone in town we should be cautious of?
No, the folk here are all lovely. They've come here for a second chance at life. Outside of some of the small irregularities in the way we govern and the quirks of the town, I'm sure you noticed the way traffic is arranged. It's your regular town. Trade is normal. People is normal.
Does everyone carry the mark?
Yes, everyone.
And that is the price for a second chance at life.
If you want to phrase it that way, Commander, I guess so.
And in turn, they're offered protection from
Correct,
their
Commander.
past life.
We use our services to provide them protection and a new life, and sometimes we call upon them to do tasks for us, but they're always paid for it.
How do you feel about the current status of this town, bearing in mind that you mentioned a small amount of fear attributed to the mark on your neck?
I think a small amount of fear is useful in keeping a well-maintained city of peace. But that small amount of fear very rarely comes into play. Most people here live very happily.
Okay.
Do you have a girlfriend?
No, Miss Commander. How should I address this?
Hayton.
Hayton. No, Miss Hayton. I do not.
Cool.
I do not have a partner.
Partner. He said partner.
Do you want a moment alone?
You see his green skin just goes bright red. It's like
I think that
this
would be
big, strong elven crystal genasi in front of him.
I think that will be all.
Yes, Miss Arnway.
We'll remain here for a little bit. You let us know when those rooms are ready.
Yes, I will get to
And some
organise. Yes, we will bring some
Plates.
You
food
mentioned you
up
got
for
some nice some country out there on the west. You grow anything particularly nice?
Just your standard array of vegetables, crops.
Yeah. Something hearty, that would be lovely, don't you?
You can order anything you want, as long as you have the coin.
Yeah, right. All right, we'll think about it.
Maybe a Parma.
Yeah, Palmer. With the Avo on top. Yeah.
I can organise that for you.
You can do a Palmer? Holy shit. Yeah. 5 with a lot with chips on the side. Thank you very much.
Okay.
That'll be probably about 3 gold pieces each.
I'll hand it over, yeah.
I'll collect on delivery.
So, DM question, that money,
Yeah.
I'm guessing, who would have picked it up? Do we just
We
divide
haven't
that?
picked it up yet.
It's just sitting in a room.
Well, let's just
So it's in a chest.
let's just make that divided equally, I guess. Lucky that it's 1,500, so that we can take, you know,
Three.
an equal
We've
amount.
already spent some on
300.
the inn.
We have already spent some, so I'd probably ask Shmushka to take away whatever money is required for lodgings for
Yeah.
the crew, and then we'll divide the rest. How much
Yeah.
would that be?
So how long do you want to lodge for?
2 days, just 2 days for now.
20 gold, and food would be another.
Well, I'll just take that on my lot. So everyone else
Yeah.
is to go 250. Wait, is it
300.
300? And then I'll.
Nice try, Willow.
Everyone has to
Another-
go 300.
10 gold for food.
Yeah, so yeah, and I'll take 270.
Cool.
Yeah.
Go for it.
So what do we get each?
300.
300. Oh my god.
Lucky
Oh my
I touched
goodness.
that
You
purple
get a
thing.
car. You get a car.
Shmoshka returns with your meals and retires downstairs for the evening.
Nice.
Posted up. All the rooms are cleared out. You each have your own room.
Are they near each
They're
other?
all next door to each other.
Nice.
That's good.
Oh, thank God.
So before this meeting in the morning, maybe we should discuss what we can do with this.
I think we should work out our final goal when it comes to what we're trying to do with the current situation, and I have a proposition.
More
I would
listed
love
questions.
to hear it.
It seems we're in a situation that we're learning more and more about, but we have one pressure point that Mishkar has very kindly given us. If it were to ever get out that Virabeth was involved with all of this, it'd be the end for her. At least in the order of 10. It might even be.
And the people here as well.
And the people. What about the people here?
It goes both ways. They're going to be hurt as well.
Yep. No. So that is probably our number one goal: is information. We collect as much information, hard copy, whatever we can, on her connection to all this. So, if she would have come, or she would even think about messing with us right now, we've got something. We've got, hey, if I don't send word in 7 days to this certain location, they are going to go to the council order of the 10
I like it.
and tell them.
Speaking of information on Virabeth, that book that you had that you've so kindly kept to yourself.
She hasn't.
Is there
She's read it all
is
out.
there any goss about Virabeth that we may be able to use against her in there?
Nothing incredibly interesting. I mean, she has a husband.
Who would marry Vera Blah?
She's known for alchemy. She has an incredible talent in poisons.
Yeah.
And she is an incredibly tactile warrior who has dealt with an entire continent of diplomacy and battle.
Bit.
I think defense, of course, it's important, but making an enemy out of anyone on that level is something we are just not strong enough to do.
I definitely don't want to make any enemies. We're not going to be seeking her out at all.
The
But-
only thing I was able to devise is that she's having a problem with her marriage.
She is.
Well, yes, but that was something I planned on just bringing up in case she was a bit mean to me?
Problem.
She travels a lot, you know.
Like bad
It
problems.
didn't
or-
specify.
You reckon you can identify this glaive now?
Sure. Certainly. Why not?
Thank you very much.
Why not? But I have so many spells. It's fine.
It's fine. You're about to have a long rest.
Okay.
Literally about. You've eaten dinner.
You
You're about to
say
hunt
that,
down
and then
food.
I'm gonna go to sleep, and I'm gonna
And
roll a
everyone's gonna-
perception roll, mate, and it will be like, in the night, it's fucking
The
Virabit!
town's
And
militia.
I'll be like,
The
great,
town rises up and kills us.
great. So Anwe says certainly. She doesn't say sure, but I'll say certainly.
What's going on with his
That
head at the
way.
moment?
Tomorrow's got it.
Tomorrow's got it,
I've
apparently.
I've still got
He
the head
sleeps with
me.
it.
No, we're not hanging it out the window.
Can I, like put it on ice or something?
Iris is pecking.
If there's,
Put out the window.
yeah,
On the
if there's
fishing
somewhere
rod.
I can keep it fresh, I would love
Yeah,
to.
you could pay a silver and you put it on ice.
Okay, I'll
Get a bucket.
Oh!
Awesome.
May I please identify? I'm going to cast identify to identify this glaive.
Yep. So you can cast that as a ritual, so it doesn't take a spell slot as well. What?
Hang on,
It
does
takes
she
about
have ritual casting as a
10
fate?
minutes. Well, Thingo, identify can be cast as a ritual.
No, but you need to have it as a fate. Ritual casting is a fate.
Yeah, I can't do it because I'm a
Ah,
bard. That's what I mean.
Yeah,
And it
well,
also,
learn something new.
but apparently it is instantaneous for me. So it is like literally, I look at
fine.
something and I'm like, oh yes, I'm like one of those antique dealers, you know.
Yeah.
I go to the fair, I'm like this porcelain doll
It's the Antiques Roadshow.
Yes, antiques
Alright.
with
Alrighty.
Anwe.
So, I'm going to go ahead and equip this to you now in D&D Beyond, my good Sir Willow.
How much money do we
You can
300 each.
equip
Thank you.
weapons to people. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wrong. No.
So-
Stop it.
Unari's Glaive,
Yeah, make it.
or better known as Crescent.
Crescent.
Present.
That's what the main thing I wanted to know. I
It's a
wanted to know the
douchey
name
name.
because I kept talking to this thing.
It's a
and
douchey name.
I'm gonna call it Kreza.
Crezo.
Kreza.
Alrighty.
And I just relay all this information to Willow, which is why.
Are we all just talking in the hallway? Like
I
about to go to
thought
bed?
we
It's
would
like-
know.
No, we're in that room. We're in
hang
that
out in
room.
one of the bedrooms.
Okay,
You know?
cool.
We're in one of the rooms.
Anway, can you say Krezo?
Who's ready to open up their
Krezo.
room?
You mean in Anwe's voice? Krezo.
This weapon is bloody strong, and I'm very upset that you've got it so early.
Ooh.
So,
Juicy.
Crescent, Unari's Glaive, very rare sentient weapon, requires attunement.
Okay.
Melee weapon attack, 1d10 plus 2 slashing damage.
Jeez.
You gain +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls with this magic weapon. Additionally, all attacks with this weapon deal 1d4 cold damage. You also gain resistance to cold damage while holding this weapon. A creature within 30 feet of you takes cold damage. You can use your reaction to inflict 3d4 cold damage on the target. You can cast the ritual spell Unari's Mark on a target. If attuned to Crescent, you may communicate telepathically with it.
May I ask the question of, have I heard of this blade historically, and has anyone in history that I would know of had this blade prior to Dimrath?
Make a religion check.
Well, I rolled a natural one. So,
No, you've
I
never
don't
heard of
waste
it.
my time with Unari.
So you say all that.
I do.
I don't waste my time with Nari.
I do. I say, I don't waste my time with
No,
Unari.
but you say like you've basically.
I've told you about your weapon, yes.
With Krezo.
With Krezo. I've told you
Oh.
all about Krezo.
I think I accidentally gave you 2 of them, so you can delete one.
Wielding blade.
Yeah!
So it's what requires attunement by paladin, sorcerer, wizard, or warlock. Holy shit. Okay.
Cool. Would you like to do? I'll allow it. Would you like to do the dagger as well?
Yes, would you
No,
be
'cause
able to
I
identify
don't have
this
any
for
more.
us?
It's fine.
In the morning.
You
if
can do it in the
needs to
morning
be.
before the thing.
Okay.
It's totally fine.
Just while you're at it. Oh, I
do
don't
you-
have to roll for it.
what do you
I
usually-
realised. I was like, ooh, did
Natural
I
one.
succeed?
You don't know.
I actually did roll a natural one. Again.
Well,
No.
that's gone now. That's good.
Oh, thank God. Yeah, can I identify this dagger?
Yes.
What's going on with the dagger? You're so excited.
I am.
I'm
Look
like,
at this guy.
I'm like the encyclopedia.
Okay, so this is a deceptive tanto. when the bearer tunes with this item, choose a harmless object in sight, such as a teacup, ball of yarn, or a hairpin, whatever you want. If the bearer is touching the item, they may use an action to transform the weapon in or out of this form.
Can you give Iris a little bow?
So essentially, like, you touch a teacup, and then you can change the dagger into a teacup.
Is it like a minor illusion or a disguised self in that if I then stabbed someone with the teacup, the dagger would still exist? It would just be invisible to their...
No, so it actually changes form.
Full changes form.
Yeah. And so if you wanted to, you could like change it mid-strike to attack with it.
Is it only static objects? You couldn't turn it into like a horse.
Ride my dagger around the...
I'm guessing like the same kind of amount of material. Like you couldn't turn it into like...
harmless object.
Like a
something that you can hold in your hand.
Okay. Wow. Jeez.
Dang.
It's amazing.
Awesome.
That's really cool.
So this is Inari's glaive. Interesting, because this is Celestine's sword. But I can tell you from what I know that no gods exist within these weapons. But this sword was given to me by Celestine. And it comes from her dimension. But one more thing that it's probably important now we know we have Unari's glaive in our possession is that Celestine only gave me this weapon when she assumed mortal form. She is now somewhere among us. I don't really understand much more, but...
What mortal form did she take on to give you the weapon?
I don't know. It was a voice and nothing more that I saw, or heard at least. And the sword was given to me from my tribe's work over the years.
Yes.
As I guess it was her way of trying to give me some kind of faith to continue looking for my daughter. But Unari's glaive probably means that Unari is out here somewhere as well. And it seems as well with Strux. We've got a lot of gods walking among us.
I wonder how many of them have sentient weapons as well.
Exactly.
Can I ask how old your daughter is?
Young enough for me to be worried about her, but old enough for her to deal with herself. She's a tough one. She ain't no caring little nothing.
That's good.
Was she taken?
I think so. And the person who took her was a servant of Inari. So having this glaive is now a little bit of a conundrum for me. But the closer I can get to everyone at this point feels like the closer we can get to at least some kind of salvation for her.
Yes, and maybe you'll find the light at the heart of darkness.
Maybe. Who knows? But as far as I'm aware, these weapons are their own entities, aligned with their own deities, and extremely powerful. Their dimension into this space that we use right now is a fraction of what they are. But they are here, as are seemingly some of these gods. I don't know how far it goes, but...
Is there a price?
Price for what?
For power.
Probably there's a price for all power.
Speaking of power, before this meeting, I like your idea about using these Movehoods to gather us information. I think they're sneaky, they can stealth in, listen in on conversations for us. I think finding out more about Viribeth would be good. Maybe even sending off a patrol to look for these black-hooded, Kenku-looking spies.
The ones that were running at us.
Yes. Maybe we might be able to find them. We can put a few groups out here and there to be our eyes, so to speak.
Should we write a list of questions for the meeting?
Yeah. Absolutely. I think it's good to not disturb the peace too much, keep things running as they currently do.
What do you suggest we ask?
I think we definitely ask about the guys in black who were chasing us. I think we ask what was his name?
Shmushka.
Shmushka. We can ask if any of the other guys, apart from Shmushka, because he didn't know much about, we can ask what their take on Virabeth is. Yeah. I think those two things are priority.
I wouldn't mind finding out. I mean, this town works in a very special way, but I wonder how open the inhabitants would be as to being some kind of honour system as to spending a certain amount of time here and supporting the people that your mark eventually gets removed. It might help give hope to people who are living in order.
Is it going to be false hope, though, if we only have 10 of these crystals?
There's a big one out there.
Yeah.
A very big one. And we don't know how deep it goes.
Yes, we also don't know if we can approach it without...
I'm not saying we instill anything right now, but it might be a question we could ask.
Yes.
Set these people free.
We should also have our story straight. How much do we want to tell them?
I mean, we're not hiding very much, are we? We have some connections to Virabeth, but we know she wants us dead. We just don't tell them that. Yeah.
I would also like to, if it's fine with you, place a couple of move hoods around at the docks on this east coast of Lixium. Keep an eye out for the shivering timbers.
I think you've definitely earned that. Yep,
Thank
for sure.
you, my friend.
What do we think to taking the mark off of Shmushka as an act of trust?
I think loyalty is stronger than fear.
Loyalty is definitely stronger than fear, and it's about time we started trusting people and giving ourselves a chance to make some allies here.
He's lived here his whole life. Fear is all that he knows.
I also want to see if we can get down a bit more to the Mauve Hoods, I don't know, like objective or their motivations and their,
I really just think their motivation is to live.
Seems that way.
If we're going to be telling these people what to do, I really don't think we should do with the marks on their necks.
I agree.
I agree.
I think we should get rid of
from a larger
Shmushkas.
standpoint, for sure, but removing them all at the same time, that's dangerous. Change, even from a bad state to a good state, needs to take process. Otherwise, you're going to have anarchy and fear, more fear.
I'd also like to find out how far these Mauve Hoods go across Lixium. Whereabouts the bases are, if there is any bases, and how many parts they're in.
So maybe you can be the one that questions the ultimate motive and the reach of the Mofoods, yeah?
Yeah.
And maybe, I know it probably means a lot to you, so maybe you can be the one asking about what would happen if we started removing these marks.
Okay.
On way. I mean, you've got to feel something else about this.
When we met Balance, he gave us an objective. He said we had a destiny that involved Yanagar, and I'm sorry, but none of you really have many skills in running an entire city or township, let alone operative forces. I just think we're a bit out of our depth, and we should wait to see what the council are like and who they are before we make any concrete plans.
We don't have any plans.
We can just
I think
start by
that's okay.
questioning them.
I think just getting some answers would be very good. I don't know about you, but I don't plan on staying here forever.
Definitely want to continue south myself.
I don't want to stay in one place for too long.
We just see what we can see.
Okay.
My biggest concern is once we move on. I think we will have control while we are here. But once we move on, who do we leave behind? Who do we leave in charge? Can we be in charge if we're not here?
I have the glaive,
Well, hopefully that is enough.
and it probably has a reach, so I probably can't go too far, but I can't imagine Dimrath spent his entire time here. So,
Well, it doesn't look like you got out all that much.
and it's on our way back to certain places as well. It's not like we have to be gone forever, but yes, I think so. And maybe even this connection to Smushka and are putting our faith in him, finding a way to have people here that are going to start doing a little bit more good and helping these people a bit more than putting rules on poor folk who are just looking for a second chance. As happy as they are, they could be happier.
Do we know how the... what do we call it? Crezo? Do we know how...
It's official.
Do we know how Crezo keeps track of everyone? Like, if it can track and call people and track them down when they're nearby, do we know how far that reaches?
We do. That was on my map. It doesn't go to Oyala. It goes only
150 miles.
Yeah, it's the shoreline of the coast.
How is it that we get, like, we find out about that though?
So that was
just speak to Crezo.
On when Willow was with, I don't know who was in with the room. Let's assume
It was on
you
the
shared
map
it.
that
If
I
you
found.
wanted
It
to.
was me,
There's a map.
Harkale,
There's a map of the range. Of it,
Okay.
yeah, Nectar, and you were there, I think, as well.
which is 150 miles.
Yeah.
I think I was sitting on...
You were sitting on the corpse, yes.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
While I've still got this head on ice, if we're not going to hang it up in the town square, I understand completely. Do we want to see if we can deceive the Viscount Dupree with it?
Why not?
What would be the main objective from that? Just
Well,
the money.
we feed him misinformation about who is still traveling with us. That could come in handy, that sort of information asymmetry, and some extra gold wouldn't hurt.
Would we have to go back there?
Well, we could send up one of the Mauve Hoods.
You could.
If we own the Mauve Hoods, if that's what this is, we own Port Traversage.
I don't think we extend that far. The Mofwoods seem to have an incursion there, but they had their own govern. We worked that out, didn't we? They had their own governing body in Port Traversage.
Port Traversage is more or less ruled by Dupree.
Yeah, and
But he's not like an official.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have soldiers, he was hiring Mauve Hoods.
Yeah.
He just got money.
Yeah. He's hiring Mofwoods, but the Mofwoods aren't like. He's kind of above from what. Dude. Yeah. Yeah. You
So
can't
I'll
say
say.
shit.
You sure about that?
Oh shit.
When I say we, this is me, this is not Anway. Sorry, I just had a joke of being like, well, I say we call Mrs. Blossom. She
Please.
can run the town.
Please!
Oh my god.
Give her the glaive.
Yeah. Oh, next level.
Okay. All right. Oh
Okay.
Jesus.
Okay.
I think, Anway, geez, I mean, yes, you're absolutely right. We have stumbled into something deep. But you don't flail around or disappear that quickly. You just take your time. We'll calm ourselves down and maybe see where it goes. As long as we don't make any rash decisions, what's the worst that could happen, right?
It may also be quite a good idea to respectfully. I don't know what the Unari belief is on the dead, but it might be kind of us and a good moving forward for us to get rid of the body in however they see respectfully.
Is that something that you can ask Unari directly?
We'll grab it out. Crazy.
Yes, Willow.
That's right. I know your name now.
Not true.
I don't really like being called that, but I guess I'll have to deal with it, won't I?
Probably. Yep.
What do you want?
Is there a way that the drow are traditionally dealt with, or even in this city, once they are dead? Any burial rites or anything that you specifically are aware of?
Nice burial would be nice. If you want to go the extra mile, add in one of the crystals.
One of the pebble shards.
Yes.
Why?
Well, but yeah. Tribute.
It wouldn't have any effect on the body.
No.
Just can I insight check her?
Yeah.
10.
You get the feeling that she definitely is hiding things from you. but you don't get the feeling that she's like straight up lying.
Okay, I wouldn't let her know that I know that.
Yeah, yeah.
No. All right. Yeah, she's saying basically
Bury
that
the whole body.
she said including the head.
Well, I said the whole body. Yes, that includes a head.
We'll make her head out of like straw and stuff and paint eyes on it. It's not enough.
Your decisions are your own.
Yeah, certainly.
And he's talking out loud, isn't he?
Yeah.
Or
And
is it telepathically?
I'd be
This is-
dictating.
I always just imagine this
I
conversation.
hate when he talks to his sword.
She's holding in front of me.
Twice as much now.
Yeah, put it away
Cool.
for sure. Yeah, you heard that right. I mean, how badly do you want his head?
Yeah, it was just an idea.
Just an idea,
Yeah.
I think we should bury it respectfully.
probably.
They just came from a dictator.
In life, anything happens, but in death, I think everyone deserves a proper send off. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Cool.
Hmm.
Hunkering down for the night? Nope.
Did you take those potions?
I didn't eat it.
Okay, cool.
I
Just
would.
wanted to make sure.
I would leave. I would leave my weapons in one room and try and take Hayden to another room.
Mm-hmm.
Just like in a random bedroom, like one of the other bedrooms.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Everyone's like, okay, we'll leave those two alone.
It's like,
Mate, can you make crystals, right?
Yeah.
Can you make purple ones?
You'd have to, if you wanted to try and imitate this crystal, from a physical standpoint, you would have to go to some crafts person.
Yeah. Most of my
but you could
crystals-
supply the crystal.
Most of my crystals are like a murky, whitey, misty, cleary, translucent.
Make up your fucking mind.
Yeah, no, they're not purple.
Yeah,
nah.
Yeah, nah.
Nah, yeah.
Nah, not purple.
You see what I was getting with that, right?
I do. What about those? Do you remember those purple flowers?
Yeah, the dyes.
Those dye flowers we ran into when we're heading south.
Yeah. Would that work? Dyeing one of your crystals? I mean, how would that
We
work?
could try. Nothing to lose.
We've got nothing to lose. Yeah, I'd probably spend half an hour trying to find some of those purple flowers.
Well, it's late now,
Okay.
so you can go out
Did we
at
collect-
night.
I think we should.
Make a roll if you want to.
No, if it was late at night, I wouldn't like split the party to disappear into an unknown town.
Didn't someone
So-
pick some flowers? I swear someone did pick some.
No, I didn't.
I tried to get bugs and I failed.
I think we should sleep.
Yeah, I would bunk down for sure.
Yeah.
We have
So-
our own rooms.
We did eat
Yeah,
our
if you're in a
parma.
room
We did
and-
eat our
Nectar's
parma,
with me.
right?
Yes,
Yeah.
nectar. Oh, all right. Yeah, sure.
Oh, does she get her own room?
She's got her own room,
Oh,
but
this way.
she can, if you wanted, she can stay with you.
Cool.
Cool.
Sleepover.
Sleepover.
You hunker down for the night. Is anyone taking watch or doing any of that, or are you just gonna hunker down?
I'm gonna write a letter.
Write a letter.
I'm gonna write.
I generally
Spirited
I'm just gonna sleep up against the door.
Oh yeah.
Just like sit down, head back, just chill.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you just make a roll for me?
16.
Cool.
It's not about.
To quote someone I know, sus.
I'm feeling sus.
I'm just gonna sleep.
Yeah.
I love myself.
Yeah.
I only sleep for 4 hours though, so I am awake.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sleep and I have a dream about Skirmer.
How is he?
Oh, I've just
ScoMo
named him
into
our
this.
Prime Minister. Skirmer. What's his name again?
Smushka.
Schmish. I'm gonna call him Schmish.
Um,
I'm gonna call him my
So-
Schmushy.
Yeah.
You go to sleep for the night.
Jesus.
You wake up.
Why didn't I hear my long rest?
As you wake up in the morning, you can hear footsteps sort of down the hall, down the other side of the building. And Willow, you get a knock on the door. Commander, are you up?
Yeah. Yeah.
The council members are just arriving now, Commander. They have not been told about the events that occurred yesterday. I wasn't sure if I didn't receive word on what you wanted me to do, so I thought it would be best if I said nothing. Not to speak out of turn, but I do have something for you. If you could open the door.
Yeah. Before that, I would have definitely opened the door.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is, you'll need this for the council meeting. This is Dimrath's cloak. He hands you like this, like, very fancy mauve hooded cloak with like gold trimmings around the
Yep. I'll take it. Am I supposed to wear this?
Yes, you'll probably should wear that for the meeting, Commander.
Yeah, right.
The symbols.
I think it would be wise.
You think it would be wise?
Yes, Commander. I will be I'll be entering the the council chambers there on the other side of the door. You can see we have the guards stationed out the front.
Okay.
I will see you in there. I must go there now.
Right,
We'll be waiting on you.
Thank you.
He leaves.
Does it look fancier than Artway's cloak?
No.
Yeah. Yeah, this is like straight up.
What?
Like, on par with.
That's what I thought. On par, mate.
Oh! Righto.
Note to DM self. Never question Arnway's cloak.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I'd probably just try and find the others and gesture and,
Yep.
and try and get us moving, I guess.
Cool. Everyone's waking up.
Do put on the cloak.
You put on the cloak.
Does it fit me?
It's like
Being
a bit
worn
small.
by a drow.
It's a bit small, but it's like his really, really nice one.
I don't like this.
It doesn't suit you.
It doesn't feel good. I'm taking it off directly after me.
If I mend it, can I open up the sleeves a little? So it's not small on him?
No. It doesn't have sleeves. It's just like a
cool.
You look
like
like
a robe
wanker.
type.
Yeah, I feel like one. Which is dumb.
I
Who wears
actually
purple?
think you look... It's quite an improvement.
Yeah, you would.
The gold trimming really brings out your eyes.
It is. It's beautiful. It's nicer than Anway's cloak.
On par.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm not sure I'd
it's
say that.
actually growing on
My
me.
mother made this coat.
Oh, really?
Thank you.
Oh, she should meet the person who made this cloak.
Oh! And get some tea.
I just turn the other way. I can't with him.
I can't even engage.
What did I say?
I give Iris a little wink. Carry on.
Tamara stirring the pot.
Cool. So
And I would ask, hey, can you bring one of those crystals with you? The purple ones.
In the meeting. Oh yeah, they're in my pouch already.
Oh, you got them all?
Yeah.
Mate,
I'm okay.
ever ready, this chick.
As for the meeting, well, my understanding was that only you were invited to the
Yeah.
meeting.
But he has a council.
If I'm in charge, you guys are there, so...
If you say so, Commander.
Fuck yeah.
Willow would not like that.
you walk into up towards the council room, everyone following in tow. Willow, you enter first, and the guard steps in front of the door behind you and sort of stops everyone else. This is the silver dragonborn from the night before that was
we didn't get
stationed.
their name, did we?
No, you haven't asked yet. Haven't bothered.
He's the corpse carrier.
Yeah, we got a lot of things to do.
No, he didn't carry the corpse. He got other people to.
Oh.
Mate,
Just went down the line.
it's just occurred to me. What's your name?
Gesh.
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 Gishy.
Gesh.
Giza.
Oh, Gesh, mate. Can you let them in, please?
It's not standard. Yes, Commander. Steps
Thank you.
aside.
Bring it
Everyone
in.
follows in.
I'm like,
And he's like, you
Trying to
hear
be
him
really
like whispering, and he's like, and then you hear scurrying off, and they've gone to get like more seats for everybody.
Excellent.
So you step in, and you see this beautiful, like long oval table, and sitting around it are the four council members, just all looking at you like, what? But they see you holding the glaive.
I
I'm going to take a short rest.
Oh, mate!
We'll take a very short break there. Thank you so much for joining us thus far. Stay tuned to see how this council meeting goes.
stay tuned.
Stay Welcome back. Okay.
Pull it together.
Welcome back to.
Come on!
Welcome back to Celestial Sabotage, an Aussie D&D campaign by us here at Mammoth Tales. We've just had our short rest and a quick recap. I literally just broke my highlighter.
No!
Look at that. It's like...
Oh shit.
That's no good.
Maybe
Rip.
we can get rid of the joke.
Can I press F in chat for the highlighter?
No!
Sass.
That's the highlight.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh. I'm distraught. That's it. No, I'm done.
Oh no! God!
Alrighty, recapping where we're up to so far. We've pretty much spent the night speaking about our plans and how you're going to go forward with the Mauve Hoods. Dimrath's head is on ice, and there's a weird plan brewing with that potentially. But we're about to head into the council chambers to have our council meeting with the rest of the higher ups with the Mauve Hoods. The lowers are just scrambling to get you some extra chairs, as they were not expecting the other four members of the party, apart from Willow, to be joining. You walk in, and they're all just staring at you. You see a human with long blonde hair, piercing blue eyes, a Aarakocran like magpie, with like really very well kept feathers, a really sharp beak, and like piercing red, like almost to the point of glowing
Eyes.
eyes.
Love that.
Shmoshgar is there, the Orcish war chieftain, as you've
Shmoshgar.
come to know him. And there's a Tabaxi who's like a black panther kind of Tabaxi. And then lastly, there is a Genasi, what appears to be a Genasi, but doesn't look to be earth, water, fire, or air.
Ooh.
Like a light blue, crystallized sort of skin.
Are you joking?
Sharded hair, and I walk in and they just sort of stand, and Shmoshgar introduces council. This is Willow, our new commander. And he leans over to you. He goes, he's sitting next to you, so he goes, sorry, Willow, I would have introduced you by your full name, but I never learnt it. Apologies, Commander. And they're all just standing there, waiting for you to say something.
Things look a little bit different, don't they? Sort of scan the room. Initial reactions. What's the general vibe?
The room is, you could hear a pin drop. Like shock.
Yeah. We didn't necessarily think we were going to be here, as you probably didn't necessarily think that we were going to be here either. We had plans to meet with who you expected to see wearing his cloak, and he had plans for us to not be living anymore. So we took that into our own hands, and now, hopefully, you will all be attentive enough to have a listen and answer some questions. I'll sit down.
Everyone sits.
Oh, Jesus.
And as you guys sit down, they're scurrying sort of more chairs in for you. Do you guys want to sit in a particular order?
I will sit next to Willow on his left side.
Nectar's not in for this, by the way.
Oh.
Nectar's
Making little
Stay
clay
out.
sculptures upstairs.
Yeah.
I will help Damara.
I don't
find
care
his
where I
seat.
sit.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
cool. So you'll
I'll
just
sit
sit
down
around the
next to you.
table, in and amongst the other council members, and you're all just like looking at you.
First things first, you can address me as Willow or Shade of the White Willow if you'd like to use my full title. This commander thing obviously sticks, but inside this room you may call me as such.
Thank you, Willow. Perhaps it's best if we do a round of introductions.
It would be nice to see, yes, who I am talking to. Please continue.
Well, you already know me. Why don't we, he gestures to his left, Skulk, can you, and the Black Panther, the backseat, speaks, I am Skulk. I am Spy Master on this for the Mauve Hood organization. I handle all things espionage and information gathering related. It's a pleasure to meet you, Shade of the White Willow, Commander.
As it is to you, Skulk.
Next, the blonde human speaks. I am Engeron. I am a recruiter. I'm in charge of recruiting members for our organization. Next, we go over to the Ara Cochrane, the magpie. Yeah, it's coming. I'm Pendle. I'm coin keeper for this organization, and yeah. And then
Stop it.
How big is this magpie? Is it like humanoid?
humanoid.
What was
humanoid.
Oh, I don't like that.
So good.
Pendle.
Pendle.
It's scaring me.
I love
And then the Genasi. Yes, hello. I am Shard. I am the Archpriestess of this organization. Obviously, in relation with the commander, Willow. Nice to meet you. I handle communication with Unari and all deity functions, worships throughout the town. That's me.
Okay.
And she's got like a purple like crescent moon mark around her eye,
Very
like
nice.
Mike Tyson's.
I'm sorry.
What the hell was that?
Yeah,
guys.
Mike Tyson style, except it looks sick.
Oh, so the
rather than-
Genasi's a girl.
Sick.
Yeah.
Okay.
What man?
Next, over to you, Damara.
It is nice to meet you all. My name is Captain Damara Voidbeard.
They all look around like, Captain.
Oh, saucy.
Charmed, I'm sure. My name is Anwe Ganalwan. Then I look up to her. You're sitting next to me.
You know me.
Yeah.
My name is Hayton Telfinian. Nice to meet you.
Parkale.
Commander, we normally begin these meetings going through what you would like to discuss and then going to our separate portfolios. Perhaps it's best if we go through our portfolios to make sure that you're up to speed, and then we can get to your agenda. Does that sound... Well, it's up to you, of course, Commander. Sorry for speaking out of turn.
No, not at all. Speak as you will.
Yes, Commander.
I think going through the portfolios would be a good idea, but I just have one question first, and I'm going to pick someone at random. Skulk.
Yes, Commander.
Why are you part of this organisation?
I am from a similar place to you, from across the sea. I recognise your kind. Living over there in the jungle on the west coast of our beautiful land, I ran into a bit of trouble. I fled across the sea and had to start a new life. I struggled, and then I was found and accepted into this organisation. And since then, I've slowly climbed the ranks to the position that I am in now.
Can I use my divine sense to work out his good, neutral, evil?
Yeah. Is that a spell, or is it? No, that's
No.
that's your ability thing, isn't it? Do you have to roll?
It's
You have to roll.
It's my paladin ability. No, but it's
You just know. Cool.
I have 5 uses of it, but
Okay. He is neutral, chaotic.
okay, cool.
A question for DM. Do they have the marks on the back of their neck?
Do you want to ask?
Did we see?
They've all been sitting down.
Okay. I'll leave it for now.
I probably just motioned to carry on.
They all
as
have
will.
mauve hoods on.
Do they look
That's right.
wealthy?
Yes. Yeah.
Manway likes money.
Suppose I'll start. This is Skull. So he's there's been reports of natural activity escalating to what might be considered unnatural causes. There's reports of earthquakes and landslides in the cradle around Rockclaw, and of course we had the docks flooded last week, and we're still repairing that. Nothing else to report at the moment, but these events seem to be escalating. We still hold control of Rivertown. Everyone's doing well there, and our spies are out and about. That is all I have to report, really. Pretty standard going, apart from these events.
Shard,
Yes.
would you have any information on these happenings, these natural yet unnatural occurrences?
I have no insight into why these things are occurring. We're hearing whispers.
Can I insight check him?
Her? Yeah.
Yeah, her. Okay. 25.
25.
She's straight up telling the truth. Yeah.
Fun.
You feel very confident about that. we keep hearing these reports from Skulk, and well, it is harrowing, but as far as I'm aware, it's nothing to do with our goddess.
And I'm guessing, and this is just a complete guess, you are having less communication with Unari now than you have in the past?
It has become more difficult. Yes.
Maybe that should be priority number one.
Perhaps you and I can get onto that after this meeting.
Absolutely.
Yes, Commander.
Aaron?
Well, coin's looking low, as we had to pay for the dock repairs. There's still about 500 gold to be paid for. Last count I had, the war chest was sitting at 1,500 gold, which leaves us 1,000 gold in reserve, and we're still showing a healthy profit margin of 100 gold coming in per week after upkeep expenses. So as long as we're able to minimize spending at this stage, we'll be sitting very comfortably as we have been, and returning up to a healthy war chest over a short period of time. All expenses, everyone's paying their dues, Commander. We haven't had any trouble with commission or anything like that. It's all running smoothly. Sorry, it just happens sometimes.
His version of a cough.
Yeah.
Oh, tick.
Shmoshka takes the floor, and soldiers functioning as normal. Patrol routes reporting back nothing unusual, except for the recent event that happened in Bowhead. We sent a patrol party out to figure out what's going on there, which we've just lost contact with a few marks, and one of those was returning. Seemed to be on the return to North South Sage, but we lost track of that mark recently as well. And we currently have a citywide ban on all Kenku. They have been causing some trouble recently, and we're not liking what's going on there, so we've put a ban on all Kenku, and we're looking for culprits of crimes that are being committed.
Do you have any idea why? Is Kenku up to this?
No, at this stage we've been unable to obtain one of these Kenku for questioning, but as soon as we do, we'll be looking into it.
You let us know as soon as you do.
Of course, Commander. And who does that leave us? That's everyone. Oh, no, sorry. Andrew on. Recruiting has been a bit slow. We've sent out to Port Travis Sage, we've sent out to South Sage. We're expanding. We're going to head west to look further into the Whispering Woods to see if there's anybody in need of a home, and we'll continue on with that and report back. Commander.
Is the human like that native Marin human, or one of the original?
Is one of the
Lixium.
humans.
Okay.
Sorry, the Britic humans, yeah.
Britic, yeah, that's right.
From Britic.
If I may, Commander, Shade of the White Willow. How is it that we make our money? What is our economy based upon?
Well, we take a small fee on all transactions, upkeeps, lodgings, and then we use that coin that comes in to stimulate our own economy, and feeding that back in, paying for jobs, construction, all kinds of things. Essentially a taxing system. Everyone pays their fair amount, and we feed that back in to our city.
And outside of the city? She's a bit frightened. And outside of the city?
Not sure I follow there, Miss Anway Narwin.
The highwaymen, or black trade, or pickpocketing, or how's the crime rate looking?
We have a looser grip on, and Shmoshka steps in. It's outside of the city walls. If we tasked soldiers or members to go on a job, they act in their own accordance. Outside of the city, we have no governing over how they act. I have not had any reports of excessive crime sprees from our members, but
all right. I just
And
interesting.
I'm serious.
Something about this is dodgy.
So all in all, you'd say fairly standard affairs.
well, apart from you all being here, everything else is running as planned.
Lunari works
For the
in
most part.
mysterious ways.
Can I send an awakened mind telepathic message to Willow just saying, do we want to task them with some new objectives? Maybe even raise taxes.
Oh.
Yeah, well, obviously, thank you for the kind welcome. Not that we gave you much of a choice. These folks sitting here with me have been with me for a little bit now. I trust them very well. And you'll notice that they will not be gaining a mark on their necks right now, which I'd like to discuss more in a future date. But they might have some questions for you all. It'd be great if you could have a listen. Hayden?
They all nod in agreement, turn their attention to you.
I'd like to know about the Mauve Hood's objective, and then I would like a detailed map of where they are set up, if they've got camps, where among Lynxium they are set up, how many we're talking, and if each post has a different objective to where they are. Please. Thank you.
Well, we follow the commander's orders, and our previous commander worked very closely with the voice of Unari to command us, but essentially our objective is to take our way of living and expand that and show the great prosperity of the way we live, and we want to bring good life to all around us. In terms of stations and objectives, we have a similar setup to here in Rivertown, which is west, just on the border of the Whispering Woods. We have a more relaxed government, but working in the same way, where we provide protection, housing, lodging, jobs, trade, all these kinds of things for a small percentage of what they make. And we have soldiers stationed around carrying out different objectives, different missions for different reasons. And he looks over to Skulk and goes, yes, and we also have different spies set out, making sure that we are not caught off guard if anybody were to be disagreeing with what we were doing. We are hoping to make a further presence up north so that we are not caught off guard. We have a strong spies presence in South Sage, where our spies are walking the streets and reporting back daily on the goings there, but all seems to be going well. And as I mentioned before, we are sending out several espionage units out west towards the woods and towards the cradle to assist with recruiting.
So would you say your overall objective is to gain numbers?
Yes.
Interesting.
There is power in numbers. Protection in numbers.
Do you have a number or estimate on how many mauve hoods you've got at the moment?
We have close to 1,000.
Thank you.
Not all of those are active military or espionage units. Most of those who consider themselves in the mauve hood or have Unari's mark are civilians, traders. Those people are included in those numbers.
DM question. Do I know that the Genasi is a Genasi?
Yes. You know she's a...
But I don't know what kind. Because it's not obvious.
Correct.
Okay.
If I may, I have some directives for you. I need a small squad of spies or otherwise to man each of the docks along the east coast of Lixium within range of our control here.
This would be quite an expense. That I can definitely make that happen, Captain Voidbeard, but it comes down to Pendle. Do you think we can afford this in the war chest? And Commander, would you allow such an expense? And Pendle, well, how far north and south are we talking?
I think as far north as Port Travisage, as far south as the...
Do you want the map?
Yes, the map would be amazing. Before Lixium travels off to the west on the Thunderfang Peninsula.
So you
Down as far as
you could go further down to
west.
White Print.
White
and then
Print.
There's there's this bay here, but there's small towns until you get to Vosges, which is the next biggest sort of dock. But these are all small docks. White Print has a large dock.
Okay. Well, if I could have my way, South Sage, Vosges, and White Print, I think are the ones that I would like to see manned.
And everything in between?
Any major dock in between.
Oh, so just the major docks.
Just the major
Okay,
docks.
that's going to be a lot cheaper. I think we should probably be able to afford that. How long are we until indefinitely?
Until we give word, I'm looking for a ship called the Shivering Timbers.
Okay.
If any such ship should dock, I want to be alerted immediately.
When that name is uttered, can I look at each of the people in the room? Does anyone react?
No.
Nope. Okay.
And if it is found in the port, they are not to leave. The ship is not to leave the port by any means necessary.
Okay. That's probably going to bump up the price again because we'd probably need some military-style units to head with the spies.
Oh, this is up to you, Willow.
Hold that shivering timbers.
Well, I mean, money's money. How much we got? How much will it cost?
Well, we have 1,500 in the war chest. We need about approximately 500 more to finish the dock repairs. That leaves us with 1,000 in the bank. And, well, I really wouldn't like to dip below that because if another event were to occur, we'll have to be paying civilians and construction workers to repair damage.
Did Dinrath have any money of his own?
He is paid a fee for his, as we all are, for our jobs.
And where would he keep this fee?
I'm not sure. That is his money.
Did he lodge within here?
Yes.
Interesting.
That's an idea. We didn't find out if Dinrath had a room.
Search his chambers.
Well, I would be happy to pay the entire cost myself.
Should we find any money of Dimrath's,
It can be
considering his devotion to the town, I only think it's suitable that it be used for the people.
So how much would the total cost be?
To station members at South Stage, White Print, and Vosges, you see me like ticks over in his head.
Oh.
300 gold will set it up and would last you a few months. And then we'd have to rediscuss
Of course.
payment ongoing.
Well, the only other thing that I would like to press is the idea of keeping an eye on Virabeth and seeing what she's up to. So maybe we take one of the ports off that, and I have some more coin to chip in towards keeping an eye on what she's up to.
Well,
Probably a good idea.
if you want to take away Vosges and just do South Sage and White Print, that would bring it down to about 100 gold, as it's far closer.
Yes, I'm more than happy to cover that.
Sounds like you got a deal. Make it
Commander?
happen. Make it happen.
And Scott said, yes, okay, I'll arrange for some mid-level espionage. I don't think we need anything too high level to be spotting a
I
ship.
think that will be fine. Thank you.
Agreed. And Shmushka, yes, I will organize military units to accompany in case of an event. And we might be able to save on cost by stationing them with the town's guard as mercenaries for hire, and have them paid out that way until they return.
Good man.
I will send word out and they will leave by tomorrow.
Shmushka, how long have you been doing this?
About 15 years.
And if it's not too personal for the chamber, how did you end up here?
Well, I was in a clan down south, and we were wiped out by the invasion. And I just happened to stumble upon this organization as they were traveling through. We weren't always here in North South Sage. We used to be more of a nomadic type back then, and as the years went on, I climbed the ranks.
Well done.
Thank you. My father taught me combat well, and got me where I am.
Can you ask Shmushka how old he is?
Hello.
Hmm.
Can I speak? How many people are here because of the invasion?
Quite a few. Yes, more than half.
But your purple rock thing,
The monolith.
the monolith, is all it does is make your marks?
I'm not sure. I'm not one of the very religious knowing type. I follow the goddess, but I'm not sure of the way her magic works.
What about you,
Simple
Shard?
soldier. And then he just as well, the shard has many different uses. Not the shard, the monolith. Iron shard. Occasionally, small crystals splinter off, and Dimrath was known to use them from time to time. They have varying uses.
Like?
Well, they're very good in iced tea. And weekly we gather and give praise and pledge our loyalty to the goddess.
Can you break it off for the marks?
Sorry, for the mark.
How do you harvest?
For your...
How do we harvest it? It splinters off naturally. It continues to grow and splinters off from the top. We don't touch it unless it's time for collection.
Do you know where it comes
Sprinkle it
from?
around the bottom.
How low it goes?
Never dug down to see. I would imagine for hundreds of feet.
Where are the collections?
They sprinkle around at the base of it.
And people take it?
No, we collect it, and we keep it stored here.
Have there, if I may, been any consequences for abuse of the crystal if used inappropriately? Or
Yes, we have quite a heavy hand on misuse of such a precious.
how is it misused?
Well, people like to play practical jokes on each other. It is very cold to touch, and
Yeah.
if you know,
I touched it.
oh goodness. Smushka, have we started the cleansing process? No, oh my goodness, you useless buffoon. Okay, Pendle, we're going to have to take out Commander. Sorry. Would it be reasonable to be able to use 100 gold to cleanse the monolith? We need to gather various resources to start the cleansing magic. Otherwise,
Why does it need to be cleansed?
It will stop providing shards for us.
Yep. I'll get to that money later.
Okay.
Just take it out of mine, I don't care.
Yeah, you can take it out of mine. I touched it.
I think that's a very good idea. May we do that? 100 gold.
If you like.
You hand.
That's fair.
Yeah, you hand over 100 gold. Well, I'm glad that's not coming out of our budget.
Do you all have the marks?
And they're just like, yes, of course we have the marks.
How long?
Ever since we arrived.
Why would it be so bad if it stopped producing?
Very valuable resource.
Just for your town?
Well, it
For
can,
your iced tea.
iced tea. It can power, can be used for power and heating and various magic uses, creating magic items and
Are there any side effects?
not that we're aware of, no.
That's shard?
Yeah.
Can I take my necklace off?
Yeah.
And kind of hold it up and... Never seen this before.
that's not from around here. And Skulk says, I don't know if you want to be showing that here, Commander. If anybody were to catch wind of...
I'm quite happy showing what I want around here, thank you very much.
Yes, Commander, as you please.
But she didn't know much. I'll put it back on. Okay. Oh. Interesting. And you say most of you are here because of the invasion?
Well, a good number of us are, yes.
Shard, can I ask how you became part of the Mammoth Hoods?
I am not from around here. I come from much further south of Lixia. I travelled here in search of a stronger connection to Unari. I was called by her, and I found this organisation, and it seemed to be the fit.
It seems that fear is a general presence across the invasion and now this organisation.
It's what brought so many people here together. That sense of fear of what might happen to them. And Unari is, of course, the god of fear.
She certainly is. Do you have anything else you want to discuss?
That is your call, Commander. I have given the debrief on my portfolio.
The Black Hoods.
They're the Kenku.
Oh, they are. Oh, yes, yes, yes.
You lot.
I've said my piece. I am good to go.
I would like to find Dithram's lodgings.
Dimrath?
Dimrath?
Dimrath.
She doesn't give a shit.
And I would like to investigate the docks before they're repaired.
Sounds like a good idea.
Do I
Okay.
sense any resistance from that council?
They're confused as to why. The the Enderon, the human, so says, why so interested in the docks?
You said yourself, there are natural disasters. It could be that an enemy of your town is trying to somehow use magic to destroy you. It should be thoroughly investigated before repaired.
I like her. Shard, why weren't you on... Start to get the feeling that Shard's not very well liked around the council
Oh, we've all been that person. That poor darling.
room. Well, I didn't think it was a personal attack on our town, but if you think it is, we shall investigate. She gives you like a bigger squeezy.
I don't even give her the time of day. I give her like a...
Okay.
In the past year, do you know of any the natural disasters happening up north?
Well, our organization, we've sent espionage units up there, very, very infrequently, just to make sure we have a knowledge on the whole workings of Lixia, in case anything was to ignite from up north. But we haven't heard of... Are you from north?
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Where are you from?
I'm from near the forest.
The deciduous forest? The...
Yes.
Natural 20.
Oh!
I'll check it.
Who's asking me?
Skulk, the panther. I don't remember hearing of any kobolds residing in the Decidutan forest.
I can imagine that there's many secrets on both sides of this conversation.
You found yourself lost. She found herself lost in the deciduant forest.
What do you have to hide? I don't like working with people who I can't trust. If you can't even tell me where you were born, then...
I'm from Iron Trunk Forest.
Right.
Does that mean anything to any of us?
Make a history check.
$23.
You would have travelled through the Iron Trunk Forest when you left on your journey. It's just south of Shimmer Lake / Phantom Inn. You know that it's very heavily populated by dragonoid creatures and lizard folk type creatures. And you wouldn't have liked spending time there. It's very modest natural dwellings.
Okay.
Have you ever had a run-in with... I think you know who I'm talking about.
She's around.
Okay.
That's all.
Does Shard know what I am?
Nope.
I think you've
She
officially
hasn't
rolled
give-
more than we have.
Yeah,
Seth.
she hasn't given any indication to know what you are.
Okay.
When are we next meeting?
Oh, we meet weekly. Yes, perhaps it's best we meet sooner than that, if you all can manage it, to figure out the new dynamics of this council.
Same time again tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning. Yes, Commander.
Willow. That's Smushkar. You call me Willow.
Yes, Commander Willow. If I may, we want to make sure, upon Captain Voidbeard's request, that we have these units heading out. We perhaps schedule our meeting for more of a midday to give us time to coordinate that.
Agreeable.
Yes, Commander Willow.
Alright.
I'm sort of sitting there, waiting to be dismissed.
I'll get up. Yeah.
I'll file out.
One more thing. I'm looking for a herbalist in town and a bronze brazier. Is that something I would find around here?
You'll be able to find them walking amongst the streets.
Thank you kindly.
There's many different trades in the central district.
Can I speak to Shmushka in private?
Yeah, you follow him out the door and ask for a word.
Shmushka, got a sec?
Watching.
Yes,
So far.
Miss Hayton.
Go on.
Can you tell me anything about Shard? Where's she from?
She's single.
She's
She ready to mingle?
she's from a land down south. What do you want to know?
Do you know what kind of genasi she is?
She's an ice genasi.
Okay. Do you know, has she ever spoken about her past? Has she got any family?
She works most closely with our former commander. As I said, not very in tune with the magical workings of gods and religion. I just stick to commanding my forces.
Does he know if she's good or bad?
Make an insight check onto. What do you want to ask him?
If she's good or bad.
How does Hayton word that?
Would you say she's here for the right reasons?
Well, if you define the right reasons by wanting to help others, then I would hope so. Make an insight check.
10. Oh no, 8.
Infatuated by him a little bit and just get lost in his eyes. Forget.
Oh, shmushka.
He's got so many
If you don't
hormones.
mind, Miss Hayton, I do have a lot to do before tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Is there anything else?
Nah, that's it.
Thank you. Text to leave.
The one that got away.
Alright, so you're left in the council chambers.
Alone?
The door's open with the Silver Dragon Ball and Gesh out the front.
Yeah, I ask Gesh to take me to
Dimrath's quarters.
Quarters?
Yes, you may do that.
I
Can I come?
Certainly, you can probably get to spots that I can't reach.
Very good. So he takes you round the other side of the building, which goes up to a 3rd floor, which was unbeknownst to you,
Ooh.
sort of behind like a secret bookcase type.
Ooh, yes.
MTV my crib. Okay, yeah. What do I
Set
see?
you up, and you just see quite a modest living quarters.
Uh-huh.
Actually, it's
Penthouse
very
apartment.
comfortable bed. He's got like a desk with papers and there's like various things around. Make an investigation check. With you can help, so with advantage.
Yeah, I've got a good investigation.
Oh yeah,
Wait,
if Harkow.
No, I don't. What
No?
the fuck am I talking
Never
about?
mind.
I've got a
No,
Oh
I
my
don't.
A
god!
16.
16. You find tucked away a small pouch of gold. 350 gold.
350.
I could use it.
Dang.
Did I find any
I'm
shards?
considering you have to give most of it back.
Yeah, so there's a sort of a drawer full of like 50 to 60 shards. Let's say 60. Small
60.
Wow.
shards.
Game changer.
If he has a pillowcase, I take it off his pillow and I put all the shards in.
Do I find
Yeah,
any
cool.
letters?
So you use the pillowcase as a sack.
Do I find any letters, any scrolls, any...
Potion.
Nothing of that kind.
Does
There's
he
just...
read?
Yes.
Are there books?
There's not any books in his lodging.
Okay.
Any personal belongings?
Yeah, there's like his clothes, and Willow already has his cloak. There's some spare like mauve hooded cloak, which is just like your
Is
regular
there
old.
anything when I look in the desk?
In the desk?
Uh-huh.
Make an investigation check on the desk specifically.
Not that great. It's a 12.
12. You just see like regular old kind of this and like an inkwell and
There was.
There was something. I'm gonna start walking along the floorboards and checking the floorboards.
yeah,
Yeah.
cool. Walk along, make an investigation check.
Oh my god.
17.
17. You're walking along and one pops up.
Magpie walks in, yeah.
What are you doing?
As you step on
I
it,
was
sort of-
waiting for a moment alone.
it comes up towards you and make a dexterity check.
Shit!
Oh no.
If I push you out of the way.
That's an automatic fail.
Can I attempt to intercept, like push her?
Yeah, make a dex check.
Would that be acrobatics or?
I got
No,
a
just straight
7.
7.
I wasn't expecting it.
Oh.
I think it's about 7. Yeah, 7.
7. Harko comes over and pushes you out the way. Take 1 damage for falling on the ground and take 1d4 because this plank comes up and hits you in the head.
Okay.
And then as you recover and look over, you can see like lined up potions all
I take each
underneath
and
the floor.
every single
Yeah. So there's 7 of them.
Every single one.
You're such a loot whore.
I am, but it's more intel, my friend. Intel.
And
She hides things in her
they're in
room
like
at home.
thin vials, and they're all purple in colour.
Oh, everything's purple here, isn't it?
Pardon?
Give me one.
Okay, I don't know what you're gonna do with it.
Just wanted.
Nature check.
Purple. Purple. Oh, they're purple.
Mm-hmm.
I think
2.
Okay.
No discernible scent.
Okay.
Hmm.
I'm going to ask the dragon to return us.
The dragon's just like, did not know this was up here, and Gesh takes you back down.
Right? Right?
And you return to the council room.
I give the sack of gold to Willow and I say, I think he would like this to go to his town. Perhaps it can help in some of their finances.
Most probably.
And I do not tell them about the potions.
Does Haka?
Well, Harko knows about the potions.
Yeah.
You
At
find
this
anything
moment-
good?
At this moment, you hear squawk, 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 squawk. Pendle comes running back in.
Jesus.
Commander! The war chest, it's empty!
Of course it is. We've got the money with us. We don't know who we can trust around here. Don't worry, we're not going anywhere.
Make just a straight charisma check.
7. Straight charisma. Oh, you're dirty.
What do you mean?
I've got +5 on everything else.
Well, you're a big cat and he's a bird.
Okay. Oh. Ooh.
You're not really deceiving him. You're not really persuading him.
You're
Like,
just
it's
being
just a-
charming.
Hmm.
Come on. Come on, man.
Did you want some of it?
Commander, I don't think that's a good idea. That is the town's money. That is not your... We'll set up personal incomes, but that is not your money to take.
Well, I have taken it. And of course, you're trying to get your, 500 for the docks?
Yes, that's
Right.
why I was at the war chest.
But we weren't going to do anything with the docks until Anwei had checked it, yes? We're not working on them yet?
Well, construction is currently ongoing.
Well, stop it!
Yes.
Hang on, where's the money come from to start the construction?
This is our taxpayers' money.
I know whose the money is, but you said that we needed 500 to get it done,
Yes.
but you haven't taken that money out yet. So they've started working without being paid.
No. We've already put 10,000 into it.
Well, it seems like it's depleted our money quite a lot.
Well, yes.
Okay. Well, more than happy for you to have 500 once we have inspected the docks, and we can keep the money in the war chest if it makes you feel a bit better.
I will tell the workers that they will have the day off. They have been promised the gold, though.
And you haven't got any.
Well, no, I don't have any. You have it.
Well, how much for the day?
Probably 50 gold.
I just pass it to him from the gold I just found.
Thank you. Commander? Scurries off.
Funny shit.
Dumb bird.
probably try and probably close the door on. God, what's his name? I haven't got it written down. Gesh, that's right.
Geshy. Geza.
Gaza.
How'd you feel that went?
I'm sus.
You're always sus.
Still doesn't mean I'm not sus.
You did well before, though. You actually asked some very good questions.
Thanks, Anwe.
Meanwhile, I feel like I would have wandered off down to the trades district while Anwei was going up to the room.
Yes.
Instead of waiting around outside the room, in search of a herbalist to find a few components.
Yeah, so you don't find a herbalist, but you do find a sort of spellkeeper, potion maker, and crafter of magical items. You walk into his shop and it's like, whoa! And you see like this really old gnome. He's like crazy hair and he's like missing an eye. And he's like, what's up, my dude? You looking for some potions? No? Magical item?
Wow.
No?
Wow.
Some components that you would use to make magical items.
Boring, but I can help you anyway. I'm Wuzzle. Nice to meet you. What's up?
Sorry to disappoint you, Wuzzle, but do you by any chance have some coal, some herbs, and some incense?
I've definitely got herbs in the back, and I can brew up some incense for you pretty quickly. But some coal, I don't have that on me. Maybe you could head over to the blacksmith, and he'll be able to help you out.
Good thinking. Absolutely, Wuzzle.
Cool. Give me 2 seconds. I'll be right back.
No worries.
This guy's kinging.
The
he, like,
purple shards don't
Puts it
have
on the
any
counter,
side
and he's like, 5 silver for all of that.
Easy done. Thank you, Wuzzle.
This guy had a
5
crazy youth.
silver. Boop. You have a nice day now.
Yeah, if you need anything made in the type of things like wands or magical items, potions, or you want to learn how to cast some cool spells,
Oh, well,
you let me
Wuzzle.
know.
I won't be forgetting you, sir.
No worries.
Now we'll walk out.
Bye!
This guy is doing. This is a front. This is a drug front.
And I'm off to the
That's how you never do your own stuff.
blacksmith.
Yep, you head down to the blacksmith, you walk in and you see this like crimson red skinned fire genasi. And he's like breathing fire on the weapon that he's working on. And his hands are like glowing with flame, and every time he breathes fire, like flames shoot out of the top of his head as well. And it's just like ting, ting, ting. And he hears the door. Yeah, the little ding on the top of the door. Puts the sword down. How can I help you? So sorry, let me go wash
No
the soot
worries.
off my
No
hands.
worries.
And you like walk.
Well, actually, before you wash the soot off your hands, I'm after some coal. Maybe before you handle that, it's better not to wash your hands again.
I like the way you think. How much coal are we talking?
10 gold worth.
10 gold worth?
Yes. Thank you.
Goes and grabs the gold and sort of gives it to you in a sack. It's like a small sort of pouch.
Perfect. I came to the right place.
Yep, 10 gold, thank you, sir.
Take out my 10 gold. Brunk.
Thank you very much. You're looking for any kind of weapon making or anything like that?
Not right now. I appreciate it, but I may be back.
You have a good day. Dum, dum.
Alright.
You hear as you walk out.
And I'm going to go to the first bronze brazier that I can find.
Yep.
And I'm going to fill it with the coal and I'm going to sprinkle the herbs and the incense on top. And I'm going to use prestidigitation to light a small fire in the brazier.
Yeah.
And I'm going to sit by it and just start chanting Si vocare animo, Si vocare animo. And I sort of trance out over this bronze brazier as I'm chanting middle of the fucking street. But I'm zoned in doing my thing. Probably for the next hour or so.
Right. Everyone is freaking out at like what this is doing, but the guards have been given commands that you are now part of the council, so they just like let you go.
Good.
Cool.
Can I ask if there's a list of the people, like the 1,000 Mofhoods? Like, is there like a list of names and race and stuff? Like, is that all documented?
Yeah, it is.
Where is that? Where would that
Who are you
be?
asking?
Where
No
did
one's with us, right?
Probably Andron,
We have to
but he's
go.
not.
He's not there. We have to find him. We can find him.
I find him?
Yeah, you probably spend about an hour searching through town.
Okay.
You send a messenger off
In
and
that time, I go to the docks.
you go get him. Hayton, yes?
Yeah.
Yes. How can I help you?
Can I ask? Are you able to show me the documentation of the 1,000 Mofhood members? Is that accessible?
Yes, it is. What do you...
I'm just interested to see what kind of people have been joining.
Okay, I would have to run that past Commander Willow.
Yeah.
But otherwise, yes, you can look. Please don't make any alterations to the tome.
Mm-hmm.
That would be very upsetting. Cool. He goes to see you, assuming you give her the blah blah blah, and he takes you to like the headquarters. There's a sort of record keeping room, and you sit down and you look through the pages. What are you looking for?
Is there any Earth Genasis in there? That have
Yes.
signed up.
Yeah.
There is.
Yeah.
How many?
You look through, and they're not categorized by race. So, how long do you want to spend doing this?
An hour.
An hour. Roll a d20.
Plus anything?
Investigation.
Oh, damn. It was 14, now it's 13.
You look through, you're able to spot about 50 Genasis. Earth Genasis.
Wow, okay. Any I recognise?
Are we with you, or did you go off to another room with Shmoshka?
Not with Swashka.
Not with
I'm with, who am I with? What's his name?
Elderon.
Elderon.
Andron.
Enderon.
Andron.
Enderon.
The human.
You want to look for anything else?
Do I see any genies?
No.
Okay.
They're from like a higher plane of existence.
Okay. I'm done.
Down at the docks,
Yeah. What do I see?
Done.
what you see is about a 90% finished new dock built with cobblestone and planks of wood, and they've made them quite large.
Yeah.
And there's lots of people around there working. There seems to be like a sort of foreman who's like in charge of the job, who's strolling back and forth. If you want to look at anything in particular, let me know and we'll do investigation checks.
Where does the damage seem to be? Was it like, how far back from the docks did it go?
So, where you're standing, like the pathway on land that leads out to the docks, there doesn't seem to be any damage, but it is all paved new.
Okay. Is there any part of the construction that's completely hasn't been touched yet? Like that's just bare grill?
You look around and you see the lowest dock is the least completed.
I'm gonna go look at that one.
Further south. Yep. You go look at that and make it.
16.
Yeah, so like the bridge in Bowhead, you can see underneath there's like really heavy bashings and lacerations on the wooden poles, and this is the only one that has the wooden poles still in it. The rest of the docks are new cobblestone.
Okay. Did anyone come with me? Just me?
I think it's just you.
That's cool. Can I take my cloak off? And I'm just gonna go down to like my shirt, and I've got my 2 daggers strapped to my pants underneath my coat that you guys didn't know about. And can I drink?
We still don't know.
Well, you still don't know. Can I drink the breathing underwater potion?
Yep.
Oh.
Okay. And before I do that, can I cast Identify to make sure that it's a breathing underwater potion?
Yes, you can.
Okay, cool. Just because last time we got messed up. Okay, awesome.
That'd be funny. Amo dies on her own in the water.
I'm going to
Drowns.
just beautifully dive into this water.
Yeah, it is indeed a water breathing potion, and it gives you 20 minutes
Okay.
of worth of air.
Okay, cool.
Breathing.
I'm going to go down to where the docks are. Can I see anything underwater? Like any... Like, if I run my hands along the docks, are there any runes? Is there any symbols of magic?
Make an investigation check. Are you like trying to detect magic as well? Because that's a spell in itself.
No, I'm just trying to see
Yeah.
if there's any
Yeah.
proof
Markings
of
or blah, blah, blah.
arcane or, you know how they have to write the symbols?
Yeah.
7.
7.
It's underwater, so
All
I
you
can't see
can
much.
all you can see is everything's like chopped up and not like diced, but like the timber is really worsely beaten further down, and you go further out towards the sea, and it's worse at the front than it is at the back.
Okay. Is there anything cool I can see underwater?
You see a dolphin.
Yeah, cool.
Give me something.
I'm gonna go back to the shore. Is it similar to any of the natural disasters that we know for my god?
How do you mean?
Do I get a sense at all, or in any of my studies, that Gruff may have been a part of this? Has he had any water-based?
Make a religion check.
Okay. Natural 20.
Oh yeah, that's spicy.
You can look at it.
You guys always give them at like the like the right time. This is insane. Okay. How do I want to say this?
It goes silent. The suspense. Oh my gosh.
Ooh.
Whispers.
Whispers.
I got no whisper.
Oh my god, guys.
Oh my god.
Who has those the maps? Those maps that we got printed out? Because we had them all here at one point.
Yeah.
We need to get them
I
like...
don't think I took it.
We need to get them done in like, you know, the canvas type stuff, you know, proper roll up.
Yeah.
You know, with a little string and
Like
stuff.
a scroll.
Yeah.
Oh
I
my
think
god,
that'd be
that'd be so
lovely.
good.
That'd be
Tied
lovely.
up with twine.
Yeah, tied up
Oh.
with twine.
Bless.
Oh my god, Harkel in the little
She's carrying so many huge
Okay.
things.
yeah. Harkel's having a good old time.
I just imagine her walk is just always hindered by everything she's carrying.
Number one, the
fishing
pole.
I'm-
It keeps hitting.
The great axe.
Yeah.
I'm going
Javelins. Oh fuck! She didn't
give-
give up. No javelins.
I'm going to cast my new spell, Unseen Servant, to carry my belongings as I walk back wet.
Oh my god. Wait, you had a problem with casting Identify for me, but you'll just cast Unseen Servant
Hey.
to carry your clothes?
Yeah, we're at the end
Yes.
of the episode.
At the end of the day, though.
Anway is ambushed on her way back to the manor.
Yeah.
Cool. What's everyone else currently doing?
I stayed.
and I take a bit of the sand and water.
Yep. In like little jars, vials.
Yeah.
Do you have jars and vials on you?
I had a little vial.
Either or, you can
Put it in what
go
you had
into
the potion
town and
out
buy
of.
a vial and
Oh, I have a flask.
yeah.
I'll just put a little bit in the flask.
So you need a second kind of pouch to you get something for a silver to like get some sand and some water.
Okay, cool.
So after Harkow went upstairs, Harkow was the only one left
Oh no!
in the manor.
I
You were
have
the only one
paper,
left.
so can I put a bit of sand
Yeah,
in the paper
I
and
would-
then fold it?
I would probably eventually make my way to wherever Nectar is.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd want to check on Nectar as well.
Cool. Damara, you're just finishing up your ritual. Okay? And then in the middle of the town there's commotion. All of the lines start dissipating and becomes the opposite of this organized walking that you're used to, and it becomes chaos. And you hear this "Rah! Rah! 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 Rah!"
What did you do?
This you're like surprised out of this, Willow, and you see this wolf leap over you, and it's running towards behind you, towards the town square, and then it takes. And you guys are like looking out the window, and you're back in the town square, walking back from the beach. Hayton, where are you? You step out to the town square.
Yeah.
And you see this matching crystal hung around its neck.
Mm-hmm. And I just freak out and I run up and I grab Milo and we have the biggest, most amazing reunion, and we're on the floor and we're rolling
she's
around,
and
and
she's,
we're
like,
cuddling
licking
and
your
we're
face.
kissing and we're kissing and we're hugging.
She's like scratching at your crystals and.
I can't even breathe.
And that is where we will.
Hey.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh my god, how exciting.
Questions, young lady.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Oh my god.
This has been episode 5
Oh my
of
gosh.
Mammoth Tales Celestial Sabotage. Join us back next week, 12:30 Australian Eastern Standard Time, to continue on this wonderful little adventure. Lots more mysteries to be uncovered. We'll see you next time. Have a good one.